Hello.
Hello.
Afternoon.
Hello. Give us a wave. Give us a wave. Are we live yet, Jeevan? Are we live? We are live. Give us all a big wave. Get your cameras on. Get your cameras on. Give us a big wave. Give us a big wave. Give us a big wave. Hello. I recognize some lovely faces there. I don't know who Zoom user is. We've got some awesome new faces. Raise your hand if this is the first time you've been on one of our things. This is a new thing to you being on one of our things. All right, that's absolutely fantastic. All right, everyone's disappearing off the screen for me, Jeevan, if you can sort that out. All right, hello and welcome. We are here for the 7-year Switch Up series, numero tres, number 3. Okay, this is the third in the series. All right, now we have had an amazing time so far. So what is the 7-year Switch Up series and why the hell have we called it the 7-year Switch Up series? What is it all about? All right, well, the 7-year Switch Up series, this is a series of episodes all about how you can switch up your letting agency business and start to make more revenue, generate more leads, generate more profit, and really just work towards creating the business that you've always wanted. Just think about when you first started, what were you dreaming for? What did you want from business? What was it? And how are you getting? Are you getting it? Is it exactly what you generated? What were you dreaming for? Did you want to fast cars? Did you want to have loads of free time? Did you want to have choice to be able to do what you wanted to do at the weekends? I don't know, whatever that was, but quite often for letting agents, we get stuck and we find ourselves not in that place and we wonder why the hell we started in the first place. But however, over the last 7 years, I'm sure many of you are aware, some massive changes have occurred and the industry has really, really changed. And so that's why we decided, because Agent Rainmaker is 7 years old this year, we decided because every 7 years, apparently genetically, we completely replace ourselves. All of our genes become brand new after 7 years. We've been trading 7 years. The whole world has changed over 7 years. So we decided to call it the 7-year Switch Up just for the hell of it. Anyway, it's a crazy name, but we like it. And this session, we're going to be talking about something really, really exciting, which is large scale growth. Now, this is quite a contentious one because we've had a lot of people over the last few years that have come through the Agent Rainmaker training program that have adopted new strategies, added lead generation, started to look at growth, acquisitions, and things like that. And they've had massive levels of growth, £100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 500,000, £1 million in additional growth. And it's just crazy. You put these numbers out and people are like, yeah, I don't believe it. It's not possible. I don't believe that you can do that. No, you can't do that. And when I say do that, in many cases in a year, it's really quite scary. And so I just wanted to do an episode on large scale growth to just show you some of the real life agents that have added mega bucks into their business, like 6 and 7 figures into their business in less than 12 months. That sound good, guys? Give me a thumbs up if that sounds good. That's what we're going to be doing here today. We're going to be showing you real large scale businesses that have added massive growth in the last 12 months. And that's what we're here to do in the 7-year Switch Up series. So we've got a few guests going to be joining us tonight. In fact, we've got no less than 7 guests sharing us tonight. But just before we crack on, I want to just advise you that we are live currently. We're live everywhere. So we're live on YouTube, we're live on LinkedIn, we're live in so many different places on Facebook. We're literally live everywhere. And if you've managed to drop onto this live stream just by seeing it on your social media channel somewhere, then you need to register to watch the full session. We're going to be live here for 20 or so minutes, and then we're going to switch off the live stream. You'll only be able to watch the remainder of it if you're actually watching via the Zoom link, which to get the Zoom link, you need to register. So right now, there's going to be a link being dropped all over social media and in the chat box and all over the different places, where if you're watching on social media, you need to click that link. Now, if you're here on Zoom and you can see your face and your name here, you don't need to go anywhere. You're absolutely fine. You're in the right place. But if you're just watching this live stream, then you do need to hop over and register for your place and get yourself into the Zoom account itself. I will remind you when we're getting near that time, so don't worry. All right, so 7-year Switch Up series. How do letting agents add 100K, 250K, 300K, £500,000, £1 million in 12 months? Well, there's actually many different ways of doing it, but I'm going to bring one of our first guests up, a lovely guy called Stephen Locke. Now, he's going to be joining us on the stage, and he's going to be sharing with you how he's added that. Before I do, I'm going to bring on the wonderful Pixie to tell you a little bit about Stephen.
Hello. You're getting a drink.
Oh,
which way are you going?
I'm going here. I'm going here.
I make my mind up.
Side.
Come on, there you go.
Sorry, I think I entered the wrong way. Again, this is becoming a bad habit of mine. Okay, so yeah, we've got Steve joining us, and he runs House Shore, and he runs with his business partner John, who unfortunately couldn't make it today. And they've got a great story. So they're like, I don't know if anyone else is old enough to remember the Poddington Peas and the song Down at the Bottom of the Garden. Anyway, they started out life at the bottom of the garden in their shed 9 years ago. That's where they launched their business, and they spent 6 years in that shed, only coming out occasionally for some food and water. They finally made it into an office. They've got 6 people in their team now, and they've added £170,000 of revenue to their business. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to the lovely, wonderful Steve Locke.
Hello, Stephen.
Thank you for the intro, Pixie.
And you never know what she's going to come out with. That's the worrying thing. So tell us in your words, Stephen. Obviously you're here where you are. What was it like going on this journey of adding revenue? Was it a bit nerve-wracking at first? Did it become easier? Where are you at with it?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely nerve-wracking to begin with. We were sort of self-proclaimed letting agency. We hadn't ever worked in a commercial sort of setting or for any letting agency. We just sort of kind of made it up as we were going along. So yeah, the support along the ARX journey has been very much needed. Yeah, it's been nerve-wracking but fun along the same time.
Now you've added an extra £170,000. That's in just over 12 months. That's a phenomenal figure, Steve. What would you attribute the changes there that you've done for that? I know you've done quite a few things. What would you say the big wins were?
Yeah, so we didn't have the volume of landlords maybe that some of the people in the room had. So things like the fee changes, where that got a lot of people a lot of money overnight. We didn't have that volume of landlords to be able to do that. It definitely was the first thing we did, and it certainly was a quick win. But what we did have was a really good pool of landlords that really trusted us, and from being at ARX sort of taught us the higher value things that we could be offering our landlords, and I think all of our landlords really bought into that. So we were doing sort of the added, buy-to-let sort of advisories and things like that. A big win for us was the contractor retainers. We were doing all of that management for free, because myself and John have a bit of a contractor background, so we were very happy to pick up the phone and enjoy doing the maintenance, but just did that completely for free. So that was a really big win for us because we did a lot of maintenance. Some of the other big changes we do a lot of HMOs, so we did a lot of inspections. However many would win us the instruction, the HMO landlord would be like, do you do inspections? Yeah, okay, we can do once every 3 months, again for free. So charging for those gave us more time in the office, because as soon as we charged for them, we didn't have to do them every 3 months, which was nice. So yeah, little things like that gave us the bigger win, and then the more things like acquisitions are coming up next, I think, hopefully.
Journey, I just want to talk to you about mindset a little bit, because a lot of people we meet at the beginning of this journey, it's like, well, I don't know what I can do, Sally. I've tried everything. There can't possibly be anything else I could possibly do. And then you come in and it's just like, there's all these things. And it's just like, what's your mindset like now? Do you think once you've done this next thing, is that it? Are you going to start for?
Absolutely not. I don't think it changes. Once you've sort of got that growth mentality, you just want to keep going, and it's everything's a sell. I think the big mindset change was the sort of the funnel, and selling yourself as a funnel. Get them in at the top with a free bit of content, get them down there with now paying for advisories, and then the final upsell at the end. We're constantly always listening to each other on the phone saying, oh, what about this? What about that? Sell them this one, sell them this thing. So it's always a big sell. And yeah, like I said, the mindset has changed now, and I don't think we'll ever go back.
And did you come along to Mastery last year, by the way? I can't remember if you did or not.
I can't remember. We've done.
No, you've been to so many events, haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah, we've been to.
Amazing.
Yeah, been to a
so 170 is where you're at now. What's the target? Where do you want to get to?
Definitely want to get over that million, that's for sure. That'd be really nice. So I think million for now. Keep it. Yeah, a big acquisition would be nice.
That'd be nice. Absolutely. Guys, give Steve a massive round of applause. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you. Well done, Steve. Absolutely amazing. And you just heard there, we're just very short, little simple tweaks to his business, you know, just adding some fees there, doing his contractor commissions, starting to charge for inspections. Nothing really earth shattering, but made major change. So next, I'm going to bring up Ryan Mellis and his wife. Hello, Ryan. And
Hi.
hello. Now, I've got Pixie, who's going to come in from the right side today. Here she is. There she is. Look, she's coming from the right side. This is the first time you've ever come in the right side.
Yeah.
Give Pixie a round of applause. Yeah.
Welcome.
So mean. So yes, Ryan and Catherine run a business in Yorkshire called The Property Shop, which is phenomenal. So I hear from Ryan probably every few months, and he's like, oh my God, I've been doing this, and it's awesome. You're not somebody who rings me all the time, but when you do, you're like smashing it. So I'm so proud of you. And Ashley, your son, also contributes to the business as well, I know. So you're an accidental letting agent, aren't you? So you started out actually as a landlord in 1997, and then in 2017 you became a letting agent. So we're going to enjoy hearing all about your journey, and that figure of additional revenue is 313,000, which is just incredible. So absolutely well done to you. So introducing formally then Catherine and Ryan.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, she's so funny, honestly. Normally she just walks straight past me and stands there and I'm like, hello. All right, Ryan and Catherine. So £313,000. That must have made quite a big difference to your business.
Yeah,
Massive.
absolute massive difference, really has. And we didn't think that we would be anywhere close to that when we first started off. This has gone in small steps and chunks as the business has moved on, and as we've got better at our figures.
When you say better your figures, do you mean keeping your figures and keeping track? Is that what you mean, or
Both. It sort of all went hand in hand until we sort of looked and said, this is actually happening.
Yeah.
So yeah.
give me some idea of what difference it's made to your business? Because I know one of the things that when you start out as a letting agency, obviously it's go, work, and you get more clients, and then you try and work longer hours, and you just end up a really busy fool at some point. And then you have this realization that actually business shouldn't be this hard, and you start to make the changes that you guys have already made, and everybody else is going to be here tonight that's already made, and obviously your mindset starts to shift. So just tell me how you found things have changed in your business, mindset wise and day-to-day wise. How has that changed things?
Yeah, I mean, we started off as landlords. We're quite practical people, and I'm quite practical, hands-on with things. So we were solving people's problems, just like what Steve was saying. Oh, but yeah, of course I can do that. No problem at all. Yeah, I can do that. And I was running around and doing lots of work for landlords for free. And as the business grew, I just got busier and busier until I needed 26 hours in the day to do everything. So as those landlords started coming in and the figures started coming in, we were able to scale up, employ people, systemize better, which give us more time, because we started this out to hopefully have a better time.
Spending every hour of the day trying to build the business all the time, but just doing things free, just to try and get more landlords on, and your strategies, everything starts, you're working in the business rather than on it. So we just needed a little bit of
guidance, mentoring, and the mindset that we've got from Agent Rainmaker's just been amazing. So how is your day different now to what you used to? You used to work like 18-hour days. How does your day go now? Are you still in the office early in the morning, late at night? I mean, I know you're still in a transitional phase, but what's it like now? So now we're looking at obviously business growth and managing rather than doing. So we have a quick meeting
on the tools.
Yeah. So we straight off the tools, quick meeting in the morning. Tracy, who manages the office for us, more than capable from the systems we've put in, and then it gives us a chance to work on the business and meet landlords and clients again to grow it, and that's how it's happened.
How does that feel?
That's brilliant.
You kind of fall in love with your business again, because you've got to a point where it was just devouring you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I sort of don't give up. So I was thinking this isn't going to beat me, but now it's enjoyable coming in the morning. We all have a list in different ways, but my list is a lot different now than it used to be.
It was a bit like the business used to be controlling you, but now you're controlling the business. Is it a bit like that?
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
And where's the next goal? Where do you want to get to next? What are you changing now? Where do you want to get to next? What's the big plan?
Yeah, so we've our next goal is we're looking at different acquisitions. We did an acquisition before. We're looking at those. We've just started marketing through the funnels and the compliance and the valuation, and I mean that's just going mad. It's
Lead generation, yeah.
yeah, absolutely. So our next goal is it's sort of one small goal is to keep growing, add at least another 100,000 in the sort of next 6 months, just on marketing through the funnels, and then hopefully with an acquisition we can more than double where we are now.
That'd be
We'll
fantastic.
see.
So this time next year, Rodney, we could be sitting here on 600,000. That'd be nice,
Absolutely.
wouldn't it?
Hopefully.
Might even catch up with Sue. You never know. Guys, that's absolutely fantastic. Let's hear it out for Ryan and Catherine. Thank you. Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely amazing. They're a lovely couple as well. And they work with their son. And to just see them start to smile and get that freedom, it's absolutely awesome. It's what life is all about. So you hear it here. We've had 2 people so far. We've had Steve 170. We've had Ryan and Catherine £313,000. Absolutely whopping amounts of numbers. Now I've got one final guest I'm going to bring on before we end the live stream. So if you are actually watching via Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn and you haven't gone in via Zoom, there'll be a link shared somewhere just in the chat box that you need to click to go and register to come and join for the second half of this session, okay? Because this will end, as we come to the end of this this live stream will end and you will have to be on the Zoom. So if you're on Zoom already, you guys can stay, don't worry about it. But we will be having the next person and then we will go over to just being on Zoom alone. All right, okay, so here's the Pixie. She's coming this way. There she is. Ta-da! Got it off pat now.
Oh, we're getting better. So the next person I'm going to introduce you to is Jessie Fossey Taylor. Give us a wave, Jess. There you are.
Hello.
So Jess started his first business when he was just 14 years old. So that tells you a lot about the type of person that he is. By the time he was 17, he had a series of delis and restaurants and coffee shops, which is just so awesome. So I can see why you've done really well. You've always had that kind of entrepreneurial spirit, haven't you? So you were a landlord, weren't you, Jess, on the side, and then you started buying buy-to-lets for other people. And that's kind of how the business materialized. So the figure we're at, and we got this just in today, didn't we? Because we weren't sure where we were at. Hot off the press. Is £1.1 million added in additional revenue, which is just amazing.
In a year.
In a year, yeah.
In less than a year, I think, Jessie, actually, isn't it? In less than a year.
So good.
Absolutely amazing.
So you are going to want to hear this. So introducing Jessie Fossey Taylor from For the Landlords. Give him a good warm welcome, everyone.
Hi Sally. Hi everyone.
Hello. How are you, Jessie? You good?
Really good, thanks. Yeah, pretty good.
Now, how long have you been a member of AirX? How long have you been working with us now? Is it a year? Just over a year?
Yes.
Under you? Where is it exactly?
It's not quite a year because it was May something and it was a teen. So you just come up to a year next week or so. Yeah.
Right, okay, that's amazing. 1.1 million. We're all dying to know, Jess, because I'll tell you, on my piece of paper it says 588,000. So this is like updated stuff because my figure was about 6 months old. So this is really new. I don't know how you did this. So far away, what have you done?
Well, we might have been sandbagging a little bit, you know. So
I think you might.
well, going back to where we were before, we as Pixie was saying, I'm a landlord, and that's how we started our business. The lettings business looked after my property, so it kind of sat on the side. We were a property sourcer in some ways, so that was feeding the business. But if you'd have looked at our business, Sally, you'd have said you're a property and tenancy management business. You're not a letting agency, so we weren't bringing in new landlords. A lot of the things that a traditional letting agency would do, we not only weren't doing, we didn't know how to do. We're pretty good at letting and reletting the stock we've already got, managing it and doing all those things, but we weren't bringing in new business. So for us, everything that ARX brought we were able to take it all on, and well, you saw us at the first boot camp. We practically rebuilt or built a business model. We
Guys were
took
like
it-
machines. I've never seen anybody
Yeah.
like it. They were just like, right, we'll have that, we'll do that. Absolutely
Mhm.
amazing.
We just did
Implementation
everything.
kings.
We just did everything. Yeah. And we haven't done, we've still got a lot of things to do, a lot of things on our list. But we've got new departments with new people in it. Since we joined our ARX, we've brought on 4 new people, but we've also put people in different departments that didn't exist. We've got new presentations, new ways of speaking to people, new funnels, new CRM system, new marketing
services.
software, new services, new list of services. We went back to our existing landlords and changed their terms of business. We've got new terms of business for new landlords as well, and we've also gone through an acquisitions. We've done 2 acquisitions now, and we've got some more in the pipeline. And all of those landlords have got various different iterations of terms of business. They'll all have one set of terms of business by the time another 12 months rolls round, but the people have come at it sideways. So we're going through that as a process. So yeah, we've been busy. Well, the guys have been busy.
And there you go. That's how you add 1.1 million to a letting agency. Absolutely phenomenal. But I think the true testament here for you, Jess, and you've said it so many times, is your team, isn't it? And you've really got your team involved in the whole process. You've got them on board. They came to boot camp with you. And it's not been, how can I do this? It's been, how can we do this? And I think that has to be a true testament as to how you've achieved so much in such a small space of time. So just talk to me about how, because one of this is a question that gets asked a lot. How do I get my team on board? How do I get my team to embrace change? Because most people don't like change, they fight it, and yet you haven't had that problem. And I think it's down to you and your management style. So just give us a little bit of a heads up on how you've got everybody involved in it. Well,
I am lucky that I've got a good team. That's undoubted, and that's not by accident. I've chosen a good team, and we've retained a good team. The thing that I saw, and I've been brutally honest, when I first came to ARX, lettings wasn't that interesting to me. And you can tell that was on the side. It just wasn't that interesting to me. And what ARX has done is given me a business model that's just, it gets me jumping out of bed in the morning. This is a business model I want to run now. Whereas before it was like, do you know what? It's not that profitable. There's other things I'd rather be doing. And imagine a menu of all the things that we can, it's not just charge for, but it's the services that we can do. A landlord never stops buying unless you stop giving them something to buy for. That's a Sally phrase, hey? So everybody in my team now has got something that it's a list on that menu item. It's something that they can do, and they can do it well. We charge for it, and they earn a bonus from it. It's a key performance indicator that they're responsible for, they drive, they're proud of it. And yeah, in a nutshell, that's how we've done it. I mean, it was more than that. We've brought them backwards and forwards and in and out, so that they're really feeling like they're involved in it. But it's giving them accountability and responsibility for the key numbers and driving the service, which is a customer service, and it's an income as well on the same line. So that's how we've done it.
The key takeaway there for me would be, for the guys listening, is you've given each individual a number they're responsible for. And that's a number, a service, an upsell, a side sell, a downsell, something that they can contribute to the overall revenue generation for the business. Whereas I think a lot of letting agencies, we tend to operate as service providers. We just do lettings and just keep the landlords happy. We don't really focus on upselling this or side selling that or offering additional services. And we don't also, Jesse, as well, we don't really, as you know, when you came into the business, which is why I thought it was uninteresting. When you come in, we don't really get creative and say, oh, let's do an inspect and protect service. Let's do a property staging. Let's do all these different things that we can do. We don't do that. We just do lettings and management. And so you've given your team the opportunity to be part of that creative process as well, I believe, to create those additional services, then take responsibility for it, get a goal and a target with a bonus and a compensation and reward, and they've ran with it. And I've watched them, guys. His team are amazing. They've literally ran with it. You'd think they're all business owners. It's amazing how they've done it. It really is.
Yeah, it feels good.
Well done, and testament to you. 1.1 million in 12 months, guys. Guys, that is how you do it. The question is, what's next, Jesse? You're going to go for another million next 12 months? Yeah, of course you are.
yeah. Maybe a bit more. I mean, if I just repeat what we've done in the last year, that would be pretty poor performance, wouldn't it? We need to do more than that.
Yeah, we do. We need to be at least 2, Jesse, I reckon.
Yeah,
Guys, you heard it here from Jesse. Let's give him a massive round of applause. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Well done, Jesse. That's absolutely amazing. What a superstar. Absolutely amazing. So you've heard it from 3 agents, all right? 3 people, 3 big numbers. Now we're going to end the live stream shortly, but I just want to tell you before I do that little event that we're running this week on Thursday and Friday. It's called ARX Mastery. It's a 2-day event, and I would like to invite you to come along and attend for free. Now, somewhere there will be a link that will appear in the chat box on Zoom. It will also appear on the social media posts so that you can click on that and you can grab your ticket. That's ARX Mastery Live, 2 whole days where we will be showcasing you some of the strategies these guys are talking about, diving deep into how you can actually do that in your own business. And so you will get the full picture. Plus, we will have real live agents on stage as well, sharing their full story at 25 minutes each, sharing their full strategy on how they achieved their growth in their business. It's going to be an absolutely phenomenal event. And it is the starting point where many of these stories actually start at ARX Mastery or Agent Maker Live, one of the events we do. They really are phenomenal. So in just a few moments, I'm going to play you a little video for ARX Mastery. At the end of that video, the live stream will end. And then if you're on Zoom, that's absolutely fine. If you're not, then obviously this is the end of the series for you. But I just want to give you a little heads up. In the second session, every single person I'm bringing to this stage has added 1 or 2 or more £1 million to their business. And we also have a very special guest coming on to talk to us about managing our teams, who is a world leading author. So you won't want to be here. So go and click on that link. Join Zoom, come and watch the second half of this episode. Right now, I'm going to play a little video. If you're on Zoom, stay where you are. I'll see you in 3 minutes. See you in a sec.
Put your hands together and welcome to the stage, Sally!
We're here to talk to you today about how you can add 100K of revenue to your business, add 100 landlords, and add 50% profit. Many of you, just by going back to your office and doing this, can generate an extra 80, £100,000, £120,000 just by making some quick changes.
If your intention is to create more revenue, if your intention is to have better staff, if your intention is to do things differently, you've got to have the maximum intention and then do something. This is pretty awesome here, I have to say. Grateful to my friends.
Everything we're doing here is about helping you to free up your time, get your life back, focus on making more money, and focus on building profit.
You must go back and take action. This stuff works. I guarantee it works. I know it works. If you want to be a successful business owner and you want a successful business, what you've got to do is find out what are the most successful people do in the world and model their behavior.